Yo, this is Stocks and Bars, the stock market hip hop podcast, the only place you'll find finance mixed with hip hop. And today, the Empower Empire is in full effect. I got my guy Chris Dockery on. We go way back, and I can't wait to share this conversation with you. We're going to talk about his world travels, and we're going to talk about how he got started with crypto. Let's go. I got my clique ready to use the money they got from jobs, encouraging, teaching them that it's not so hard. I'm doing this, making investing pop. You law is extra. You tuning in to Stocks and Bars. Yo, this is Stocks and Bars, the stock market hip hop podcast, the only place where you will find hip hop and finance mixed together. And let me tell you something right now, family. The guest I have with me today, when I tell you that we go back, we go back. This is probably my longest tenured friend that I have in my network. So I met this guy in Alaska, and this is, 15? It might have been 15 when we first met. Man, yeah. That's easily over half my life. And since then, we've kept in communication since we've moved along from bases to wherever we've been. He's been in the military, he's served, and my guy has been in crypto basically since crypto very first started. And we've had conversations back and forth about it. He was educating me about it. I never dove as deep as he did, but the reason why he's here now is because we're going to get into what we're going to talk about with this crypto. Family, let's go ahead and welcome my guy, Chris Dockery. What's up with you, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Yo,
man, that was the introduction, man. I appreciate that, man.
Hey, man,
right. We've been together for so long, man.
Yeah, we've been running tight for a minute, man. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start things off with just letting everybody know who you are. I know you, my friend, but to the world, it may not matter to them. But everybody has somebody in their network that should be empowering them, and you are that guy. So let's talk, man. Chris, let everybody know who you are.
Yeah, like I said, man, I appreciate that. But yeah, my name's Chris Dockery, man. Those in my neighborhood, they call me Crook. Never liked that nickname growing up, but they always call me Crook. They be like, damn, are you a thief? Nah, I ain't no thief. You know, it's funny because in high school, I always used to get crooks in my neck. So my homeboys, they call me Crook. So that's how I got the name. Yeah, man. But Chris, Crook, whatever you want to call me, Slick Crook. You can find me on IG under Slick Crook. I'm the only Slick Crook out there. Man, just like Extro said, man, we went back 14, 15 years old. Yeah, growing up in the military. Yeah, growing up in the military family. So I lived on, different military bases growing up. And landed in Alaska, and we connected, and we've been cool ever since. But graduated high school in Atlanta, man. I traveled around, but my home base always been Atlanta, Georgia, all through Georgia. Ended up graduating high school in the year 2000. You know what I'm saying? Telling my age, I'm an 80s baby, so you already know what time it is.
This is what it is, man. You ain't showing the grades as much as I got over here. I got them girls though. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, they coming out on me and my beard a little bit, but I'm embracing it though. I like the salt and pepper.
Yeah. I'm with it, man, because I earned my stripes. So I need everybody to know I've been through a war, and you better not ever question where I come from.
yeah, you're right about that, man. We didn't put in the work, we didn't got the education, we done made our mistakes, learned from mistakes, you know what I'm saying, and prevailed, and we're standing tall today. So I'm here, we here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's so many stories we could share, man. We'll say that for another podcast.
Yeah, so like I said, so I've lived all over the place, man. But we ended up, after my pops retired from the military, we ended up retiring in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
So I ended up graduating high school in Atlanta, Georgia, and everything, as you know. And what I represent is Ellenwood, Georgia, East Side Atlanta, Zone 6, Boulder Crest Road. You know what time it is. Holler at your boy, Slick Crook. Yeah, so that's my neighborhood, man. And growing up around there, it was great friends, people hustling and doing what they got to do to survive. Going down there to school. Once I looked up with my friends down there in the high schools and everything was cool. A lot of my homeboys were rappers back in the day. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? I'm a
remember
hip
in the
hop
Infetti
head.
days. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a hip hop head, man. So when I got to Ellenwood, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, Georgia, I linked up with my homeboys and we had we still do, got an entertainment company, Infetti Entertainment. But I was never a rapper. I know extra, you be getting down with the bars and everything.
Yeah, I got
I
them
was
bars,
never
I
a
know.
rapper. You know, I try from time to time. I get in on the freestyle, but I'm not a rapper. But I'm a video guy. I always been an arts guy, visual guy, and I got into cameras, ended up going to school for video production, graduated from school and everything out of Atlanta, Georgia as well with my film degree. I got a bachelor's degree in fine arts, specializing in video audio production.
That's what's
Ended
up.
up ended up graduating from school and I was doing a lot of music videos for a lot of the dudes around my neighborhood and a lot of the guys that I rolled with. So yeah,
Yeah.
so you know, that's me.
So interesting. You told me before about your world travels. I've seen them, but what's the most interesting place that you've been to so far on this planet?
Yeah, so I move around a lot too. You know, I'm a world traveler. As far as interesting, I would say, oh man, it's been so many. But as far as interesting, I would most definitely say, I'm not gonna lie to you, this might be kind of cliche,
What is it?
but this place is really interesting once you go.
Okay.
So the most interesting place that I've been to is Amsterdam, Netherlands.
Amsterdam. Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why it's so interesting is because they're kind of uh they allow certain stuff. They allow like the weed smoking.
Yeah.
They allow they have like the sex museum, which it only has. There's only two Marilyn Monroe wax museums in the world, and one of them is at the one in the Netherlands
Amsterdam.
in Amsterdam. So they got the sex museum, which is very interesting. I know we kind of going a little R-rated, but
Yeah.
we're gonna take it there. You asked what the interesting is,
That
it's very
is,
interesting.
yeah.
So sex museum, man, the weed and hash museum is out there. They got the Heineken brewery. You got the red light district where you can literally walk down the street and see all different types of women in the windows,
That's
enticing men
wild.
to come inside. So that and it's not really they're not really boasting it to where they is that's what they're all about. I mean, it's just their culture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you don't partake or engage or any of that stuff, like a lot of people just walk down because you can't help it. You're walking down the
It's
street
just there.
and it's just right there around you. So as you're walking, you're just kind of it's just interesting just to see. You just walk right by it and just go and do your own thing. You know, so that's very interesting. I'm huge into museums. I like all different types of museums and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have the Van Gogh Museum out there in Amsterdam, which is pretty cool. I'm just a museum guy, you know what I'm saying? I like to see history coming up like as a legit. My favorite subject in high school was history.
History.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that's just always been me. But as far as interesting, I would most definitely say Amsterdam,
Amsterdam.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say from the pictures, one of the most interesting places that I seen you been was the Dead Sea because I saw you was floating in it and it was just you just floating. I'm like, yo, this
Yeah.
is crazy. And then I saw
So
other people. After I saw that video, I started to Google more about it and I saw more videos and other
yeah,
people doing the same exact thing.
it's funny you say that because after I answered your question, I thought about Jordan as well. So Jordan is also an interesting place. Jordan is actually, to be honest with you, if you would have asked this question, if you'd have said, Chris, where's your most favorite place you've ever been to?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was gonna be my next
Then
one.
Jordan, most definitely. Jordan was very man, I was in Jordan for a while and I spent a lot of time out there and I spent a lot of time all through the country. And I got a chance to go to some very cool spots. I've been to the landmark of Jesus Christ's baptismal location,
Okay.
which is in Bethany, Jordan. Now, you know, Israel and Jordan, they kind of go
Right,
back and
right.
forth on where exactly was Jesus Christ baptized. But I did go to the location, West Bank, located on the Jordanian side
Okay.
and that was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I like to pray. You know what I'm saying? I keep my faith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
And
there.
Yeah, so when I've been there a few times, and to be honest with you, I work not far from there. Sometimes I would go there like on Sundays, and just for relaxation, just to pray. I'm not gonna lie, it was
Yeah,
that relaxing, and I was that close to it, so I had to do it.
yeah.
So that was a cool spot. The Dead Sea, most definitely, man. Dead Sea is cool. It's good for, I don't know, if the viewers know, but like the mud from the Dead Sea. Or first off, the Dead Sea is actually the lowest point on Earth.
I didn't know that.
Even if you look it up on Google Maps and you go to Jordan, you find the Dead Sea. It will be on Google Maps. It'll say the lowest point on Earth. So it's the lowest point on Earth. There's nothing living in the water. No fish, no insects, reptiles. Nothing lives in the water. And when I went there, I said, man, look, I weigh 250 pounds. I know when I get in this water, I'm going to sink to the ground. There's no way the salt is going to be able to make me float. I got there. They explained everything to me. I got into the water and they explain to you, they say, make sure you don't, try to swim, because if the water splashes you on your eyes, it's so much of salt content is going to sting. And once it stings and you start to overreact, you're just going to be splashing and you're just going to be over and done with. So there was like, just go in the water and just lay back and just relax. So got in the water, got in the salt, and man, as soon as you get to the water, the salt content actually picks your body up. It controls your body.
That's wild.
And you're actually floating. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. So you go in the water, and then you rub the salt all over your body. You get out the water, then they put the mud on you. Once they put the mud on you, then you just so you sit around and chit chat with whoever's out there at the beach and everything, and you let the mud dry. About 30 minutes later, you go back in the water, you take the salt and you wash all the mud off your skin, and then you finally get out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man, it makes your skin so smooth. And a lot of people go there. A lot of people have like skin issues, whatever skin issue you may have. The Dead Sea is also known to cure certain skin ailments.
Yo, I never knew this before.
Yeah, a lot of people go to the Dead Sea to cure whatever skin ailment they may have. So it's
like
good
eczema
for
and stuff like that.
yeah, yep, eczema and all and stuff like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yo, yeah, that's a first right there, man. I ain't
Yeah,
never
yeah,
heard that.
and whether you visit the Dead Sea, there's two different sides. You got the Jordanian side and the Israeli side. So if you're in Israel, you can get to the Dead Sea. If you're in Jordan, you can get to the Dead Sea. So
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Also, I also in Jordan, there's another spot. I'm gonna tell you about this last spot.
Yeah.
There's a spot called Wadi Rum, and this spot is an interesting spot too. Um, it's the Red Sand Desert, and it's where a lot of the movies go. A lot of the outer space movies, they go to this certain location to film their outer space scenes and locations, like the movie The Martian, Indiana Jones,
Okay.
and if Star Trek. And there's a few other outer space movies. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they go to Wadi Rum in order to film certain scenes that depicts like outer space. And I'm not gonna lie to you, D. It's once you go out there, it looks like you're riding outer space. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
Is it because it's naturally like that, or they set it up like that so they keep coming back to film it?
It's the red sand, and then it's how the mountains are set. It's just
okay,
the
so
desert.
You said red sand. That's automatically Star Trek right there. I'm saying.
Yeah, and the way the mountains are, it's not like the mountains that you're thinking about, like in the United States, like the rolling mountains type of deal. They're like plateaued mountains. Once you see them, you're going to be like, "What? I've never seen mountains like that." That's the only location I've ever seen mountains that look like that. Okay. Yeah. But it looks just like Mars. Yeah, and then they have these. If you stayed at night, they have these. They call them Martian domes. It's like a little tent type teepee type of deal, but it's really nice. It's nice if you take your wife there. Women will like this.
Okay.
You go there, and when you sleep, I can't really explain it, but they have like a mount or a window that looks like right at like the sunrise. And like as the sun rises and sets, it's just so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way they got them set up, but they call them Martian domes.
Yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
got somebody in their circle that's probably like Chris right now. They just don't even know. So I need everybody to tap in with the people they know right now. Start asking them questions. Yo, where you been in the world? Because you probably ain't got your stamps like Chris do on the passport, but you got somebody at least who been out of the country.
Yeah,
Guarantee it. And speaking
definitely
of
get out the
traveling,
country.
man, I believe you probably got into crypto or at least into investing because I remember you telling me that there was somebody when you were stationed over there that you first started messing with penny stocks and then you started to build from there. So let everybody know how you started investing.
Yeah, so just to let you know, so I wasn't actually in the military, but I'm a civilian contractor. So what a civilian contractor does is, or what I do as a civilian contractor, I'm an IT guy. I'm in the IT. I'm a computer guy, IT, networking, routers, switches, setting them up,
Okay.
installing access control devices, CCTV cameras. I do all that type of stuff, and I do it for the military. And at that time, I was doing it for the military in war zones. And in war zones, it's pretty dangerous out there, but you do get a lot of time on your hands to kind of pick up certain traits and learn stuff. And I was actually working with a dude named Aaron Bolin. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, AB, Aaron
Shout out
Bolin.
Aaron.
And yeah, shout out Aaron for sure. But when I met up with him, let me back it up a little bit before I met Aaron Baldwin.
All right.
So when I started out with penny stocks, I would never make any, I would always, I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know how to research companies. I didn't know what to even research. I was
Yeah.
just going off of, I had a friend of mine, oh, Chris, man, I just made some money on this stock, on penny stocks. You need to get in. I'm jumping in trying to FOMO and I'm just losing all types of money. Like, what's going on? Every time I get into space, I'm always losing money. So I'm like, man, I'm like, okay, I was always interested. I was always into it, but I just had to learn how
Yeah.
to invest. So, a year goes by, 2 years go by, like I said, I'm into it, but I wasn't really putting any money into the stock market because I was just scared to, because I didn't want to lose, but I was always doing research.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it came to, I met Aaron Bowling, and he said, Chris, he says, he was a crypto guy. So he said, Chris, before you start investing in crypto, he says, I want you to learn about money. And I started learning investing late. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, I was born in
Yeah.
1982, so I'm 41. So this was probably, I was like around 33, 34 at this time.
Okay.
And he says, I want you to learn about money. I'm like, I'm 34, 35 years old. What are you talking about learning about money? I know about money. You know what I'm saying? So he put me onto some videos to watch on YouTube, and I learned about money, learned about inflation. I learned about the gold standard.
Yeah.
I started learning about what is fiat currency. I just started to learn, and started learning how banks make money off of your money. I
Yep.
didn't know any of
Yeah.
this stuff.
This is stuff that they don't teach us. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know any of this stuff. So once I started to learn, I said, "Oh, okay." And I really got interested. And like I said, I was in the war zones, and you have a lot of time in war zones. So I had a lot of time to research, and I had a lot of time to do certain stuff. So at this point, he kind of pointed me in the right direction. He pointed me into a certain coin, which is you always see me talking about it on Instagram. It's XRP, Ripple XRP.
Yeah.
That was the very first coin that I invested in as far as on the crypto side. So he pointed me, Aaron Bolin was an XRP guy. So he kind of gave me the alley oop.
Yeah.
So I got into I got into investing in XRP, and then I got into researching. You know what I'm saying? Knowing who's the CEO, knowing who's running the company, knowing how much money they have coming in yearly, quarterly, knowing what the coin does. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these different coins and different assets, a lot of people don't know, but they have certain functions within
Right.
their ecosystem. So I started learning everything. And I would have never thought I would have been that dude waking up, looking at charts and looking at crypto companies. Nah, I would have never thought that would have been me.
The same
But I'm
here,
not,
man.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It became me, and I love it. It's cool. It's like
Yeah,
it's a swag. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This is me.
yeah.
So I kind of got into it, and so I started getting into Ripple XRP and investing in the coin and learning the use factors of the coin and everything, and then I started there. Then I started to kind of venture off into different coins, and I just kind of went from there. And but the main thing for me was because like I said at the beginning, I was losing money, but the main thing for me was once I got the education, once I kind of got pushed into the right direction, once I started receiving the knowledge that that I needed to get, uh, it kind of just took off from there, man. And to this day, man, I love investing in the stock market and coins. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
that's
yeah.
what I like to do. But
That's
I'm still
life.
learning, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I'm still learning too, man. It's not like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about crypto or I know everything about the stock market. I know this, I know that, because because every day is something new, you know. But I'm always learning,
Right.
and I like to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I like this space.
Yeah, I'm with you because I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and every time when somebody asks me about it and they call me like a pro or something like that, like that's
Yeah,
cool. You know, I can't boast about that. What I will tell
yeah,
everybody is I'm always learning. I don't never consider myself like a super pro in this because there's always something
yeah.
that I can learn to be better about it. I feel
Right.
comfortable with trading.
Yeah,
That's what I could tell anybody. Like I can be like, okay, I can pull a trigger a lot faster than what I used to be able
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah,
But am I a pro? That's debatable. I know how to
yeah,
do it and I can show you how to
yeah,
do it and feel comfortable being able to do that. And that's as far
yeah,
as I take it. So
yeah.
you mentioned that you started with XRP and then you started to get into other coins. So what other coins did you eventually start to invest in?
Yeah, for sure, man. Most definitely Stellar Lumens,
Okay.
which is ticker symbol is XLM. I like Stellar. I like a lot of different coins. I like Stellar. I scored big on Ethereum, a few years back. Ethereum was a coin that I this is a funny story. With Ethereum, at the beginning part, when I first got into crypto, I lost a lot of money. I FOMO'd in. When Ethereum first went to 1,300 bucks, I learned from this. Ethereum first went to 1,300 bucks. The very first time it broke $1,000, which I think was 2000 and it might have been 2018. And once it hit 1,300 bucks, I bought in not knowing.
Mm.
I ended up buying in and I lost all my damn money. It went from 1,300. Crypto's very volatile. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it went from 1,300 and maybe like 6 months later, it's sitting at like 180 bucks.
Yeah.
So fast forward years later, when I'm getting back into crypto and I'm with Aaron Bolin and I'm learning how to invest, and I said, I never forgot that mistake. I said,
Mm.
let me see where Ethereum is right now. And at that point, Ethereum was at like 500 bucks, but it was going down because it was during COVID when it was a little run during COVID, but
Yeah,
then it started
yeah,
to go down. So Ethereum had went down to like 220 bucks. And when it got to 220 bucks, I said, I know it's going to go back up.
yeah.
And I timed it right. So that was say you learn from your mistakes. So I ended
Yeah.
up getting in Ethereum at that point at 200 bucks. And I wish I would have got more, but I had got a nice little bag. And man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I cashed out at 4,400. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So yeah, so that was my big lick. That was the move that made me like, I'm in it to
Really?
win
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
it, and I'm going to stay in it, and I'm going to continue to do my research, and I'm going to continue to learn like the characteristics of the different coins. I'm going to learn how to read these charts, and I'm going to make smart investments because sometimes bad investment you want to try to make smart investments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
A lot of people do that chase that same strategy where somebody else tells them something and then they follow it. And then, like you said, you end up losing money because you don't know what you're doing. You just
Yeah,
following behind somebody.
yeah,
And that's cool. I want everybody to know that's totally fine. That's part of the process. This is
yeah.
not any different. And a lot of people learn this way. It sucks, but this is how it
Mm-hmm.
really goes down. Unless you really willing to take a little bit of cash in the beginning and get with somebody who wants to give you some education via some, I don't know, whatever platform that they have, you could pay for.
Yeah.
Probably give yourself a learning curve that way. But most people, hey, like, I'm gonna throw a couple something at it, you know, and it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. But just like you said, there's nothing wrong with mentorship. Some people don't want mentorship, but there's nothing wrong with mentorship because I wouldn't have, I don't know where I would be at in my investing career if I wouldn't have met Aaron Bolin. You know, I probably would still doing my thing, but Aaron really, he really pointed me in the right direction.
Yeah, he shaved some years off, probably.
Yeah, he did. And when he told me, Chris, you need to learn money first, how money works, that was the key for me, just speaking for myself. And a few other coins, just to throw out there, for the audience. Like I said, XRP, Stellar. There's one called Chainlink out there that I like. It's about $6. Chainlink is a good one.
Okay.
Cardano, most definitely.
Okay.
There's another one called Hedera Hash Graph. That's a good one.
Never heard of that one. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that one about?
Yeah, check that one out. That's Hedera Hash Graph is it's like a secondary to Bitcoin. Okay. And they have their own little platform as well. I kind of just got into the Hedera Hash Graph as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm still doing the research on that one, but it's a good one. Yeah.
Okay. That's a Chris approved one right there.
Yeah, Hedera Hash Graph. Chainlink is for smart contracts. I don't know if the folks out there know about digital smart contracts.
They probably don't. That's what I always talk about, man. We gotta learn.
Yeah, in the ecosystem, man. I mean, just like we have contracts in real life, you whatever contract you may sign, like even in the on the blockchain with these crypto companies, they actually have digital contracts that sit on the blockchain that actually goes into effect. They have certain dates, like everything is set up as a regular contract, and it like whenever certain dates come, like the whatever the contract says for that date, it takes effect. You know what I'm saying? It's a regular contract just in the crypto blockchain, the digital form of a contract. So Chainlink, that's what they specialize in, is digital contracts. XRP is a money transfer protocol. Like they transfer like large amounts of money. Like the United States is moving $1 billion to South Korea. They might use the SWIFT system, but XRP does. It's kind of similar to SWIFT.
Okay.
What's another? Bitcoin and Ethereum are always safe plays. You could always, like I said, crypto space is very volatile, but placing your money on Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's always a safe play. What else we got? And it all depends on what you're into. Like some folks are into NFTs, you know what I'm saying? Some folks is into like the metaverse. You got metaverse coins, you got AI coins, you got NFT coins. It's so big. I mean, I don't know all the coins, but I know the ones that I kind of deal with. There's just so many out there.
So you talked about the charts, man. What do you see right now as far as where Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to go? Where do you think is a good chance to pick them up?
Oh man. So now check this out. So as far as charts, so I'm getting a little better at reading the charts. That's why, just like I was saying, mentorship is great. I'll be watching a lot of your videos too, because you always been a person that knows how to read charts. But as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, so Bitcoin right now is like at 30 grand, maybe a little over 30 grand. It might be like 29.8. I'm not sure if it dropped below 30 last night. But what I see from Bitcoin, they're talking about a drop for September.
They're talking about typically happening, like every September it happens, or like, I guess.
I'm not sure. I don't know about the chart characteristics for the month of September. I'm not sure. But I do know they're speaking about a drop for September, possibly between 22 and 26,000 a coin. A good price to get into that I feel, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if you hear it from me, a good price to get into, I would probably say would be around for a good price for me to get into, I would probably say around 22, 21, 20, 19. Some folks might tell you, man, I'm just gonna put money on Bitcoin and just dollar cost average into it.
Yeah,
If it goes down, they just continue to buy. I'm that dude too, because I'm kind of a long-term holder instead of a trader, but I'm trying to learn trading now.
Yeah.
I'm getting into trading right now, but I'm more of a long-term holder. But I would say a good price to get into, if it continues to drop, I would say around like 19 to 21 for myself.
Yeah, that's what the chart talking about too, right here, man. We've got the same thing right now, right around that 20,000 mark.
Yeah, and I'm kind of hoping it drops, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of want to, put some more into Bitcoin. And as far as Ethereum, or back up a little bit for Bitcoin, but I'm telling you, like I'm one of those crypto guys that I'm shooting for the moon, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly think by 2026, and I'm not no financial advisor. I'm not throwing any information out there like, oh, it's gonna happen or nothing like that. But I honestly feel like Bitcoin is most definitely gonna hit $100,000 soon. I don't know how soon. I may say 2026, 2027, might be a little sooner than that. Because you know how volatile the crypto space is. Bitcoin will go to 70,000 in 2 months if you let it. You know what I'm saying? But I do know everyone is preparing for a massive bull run in the crypto space, or right around that late 2024, mid 2025, going into 2026, right around those time frames.
Okay.
So everyone is trying to get their portfolios together for when that bull run comes, you know what I'm saying? We can just, we can get it.
That is it for this week. Make sure you check me out next week. Tag the show Stocks and Bars. Tell me an interesting place that you have visited, and I will see you for part 2 next week. Peace. I got my clique ready to use the money they got from jobs, encouraging, teaching them that it's not so hard. I'm doing this, making investing pop. You law is extra. You tuning in to Stocks and Bars. Stocks and Bars. Stocks and Bars. Stocks and Bars.